For kids, financial planning is usually the furthest thing from their mind. They're more interested in the latest video games, smartphones, technology, and social media. Why should they be aware of money? But that's the difference between wealthy families and poor families. Wealthy families start early. They make their kids aware of the financial implications and consequences poor choices can have. Starting early with financial planning is critical if you want to build wealth. Early mistakes can set you back years, and even compound over time to get worse. But don't worry, it's never too late to start. If you're an adult, with a history of financial mistakes and you're wanting to make changes to your financial goals and strategy, then the perfect time to start is here and now. If you're a teenager learning about money for the first time, and you've decided to take control of your life and your future, then the perfect time to start is here and now. Life can hit you pretty hard if you're not prepared for it. One day you're a carefree teen, spending your free time how you want to, but before you know it, you can go from being the teenager with limited responsibilities, to a young professional with a student loan and credit card debt. You find yourself living paycheck to paycheck with no savings or investments, increasing credit card debt, and no idea how you're going to get out of that hole you found yourself in. So what do? You take control. Before we continue, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to get notifications for all my new videos. Let's begin. Wanting to make a change is the first step to making better financial decisions. Being in control of your financial well-being is essential, but don't worry, most people suffer just like you, because there is a huge knowledge gap for people when it comes to managing their finances and building wealth. So what do wealthy families do that is so different? They inform and educate their kids. They show them how to manage their finances, how to be efficient with their money, how to save and invest so their money works for them and makes them more money. They show them how to build wealth, set financial goals. Like most things in life, the key to building wealth starts with a strong goal and desire to build wealth. You've got to want to build wealth, else no matter what your goal, you'll never stick to it. Sounds obvious, but when life happens, it's easy to lose focus, as career and personal goals end up taking priority. It doesn't matter what your goal is. It could be to save £1 million by the time you're 40 years old, buy and own your own home, or put your kids through college. No matter what your goal is, the first step is to have a goal. Have a think about your personal finance goals. What do you want to achieve? Now write them down and use the SMART framework to add detail to your goal, to ensure you give yourself the best possible chance of achieving it. By doing this, you will be absolutely clear about what you are working towards, and can hold yourself accountable as you work towards it. Create and hold yourself accountable to a budget. To truly build wealth, you need to start with a good budget. All successful businesses are run on a budget, so why aren't you doing the same thing for your own life? That's what wealthy people do. Without a budget, it becomes all too easy for your expenses to get out of control, and you end up losing track of where all your money is going. You see money come into your bank account every month, but by the end of the month, it seems to have just disappeared, and you find yourself wondering where it all went. Here's the trick. Wealthy families teach their kids how to budget successfully. All you need to do is this simple weekly exercise. Once a week, take a look at all your expenditure for that week. Write a list of everything you've spent money on, so you know exactly where your money's going. Now assess that list, and give every item one of two labels, essential and non-essential. Essential items are those that you had to buy, no question about it, to ensure you were able to live that week. Non-essential items are everything else. You may think that your Netflix subscription, or your daily Starbucks coffee, are essential. They're not. Now total up each list. How much did you spend on essential items, and how much did you spend on non-essential items? Most people will have more in their non-essential list. If this is you, now you know what you need to do. Your target for next week is to make that list shorter, so you're no longer spending the majority of your money on non-essential items. This will take some time to get used to, but by doing this weekly check, it is a clear visual reminder of what you should, and shouldn't be doing with your money. Do what wealthy people do and know exactly where your money is going. Now you know, you just need to commit to making that change. Own appreciating assets. With most of the items we purchase, their value deteriorates over time. Take the iPhone X. When it was released back in 2017, it was the first phone to cost over $1,000. Guess what it's worth today? Just over a quarter of that. you can pick up a new iPhone 10 for around $260. Items like this are what's called depreciating assets. Their value goes down over time. These types of assets include clothes, most electrical items, gadgets, furniture, cars, etc. So what do wealthy people do? They purchase the opposite. They use their money to purchase appreciating assets, i.e. those items that go up in value over time, or will produce a stream of income. Examples of appreciating assets are stocks, real estate, small businesses, precious metals and gems, etc. We tend to overspend on depreciating assets, at the expense of accumulating money to be able to invest in appreciating assets. There's one thing to remember here though, don't start by investing in these assets. You need to ensure you have a sizable savings pot, and no debt first. You should always pay off all your debts, and have at least 6 months worth of living expenses saved, before you even consider investing. Focus on the long term. Like most things that are worth having in life, building wealth takes time, effort, and the right strategy. You're not going to become wealthy overnight. It's great to have your long-term goal in sight, but don't obsess over it on a daily basis. Focus more on making steady progress towards your end goal, over time. You need to look at your goal and break it down into more manageable smaller goals and targets. If your long-term goal is to save £100,000 over the next 10 years, then work out how you're going to do this. This means you need to save £10,000 per year, which is £833 per month. Now you know what you need to do. You can work out the strategy of how you're going to do it. Can you cut down on the amount of subscriptions you have? Netflix, Amazon, Sky TV, Spotify, etc. Can you stop buying that Starbucks coffee every day? Can you make your own lunch to take to work, instead of buying one? Cutting out non-essential spending will help you achieve your goal. With a strategy in place, you can track your progress over time, and you will start to see steady results. This will give you confidence to keep going, and strive towards your goal. Easy spending. It's never been easier to spend money and not realize you're doing it. Gone are the days when you had to physically hand over cash in exchange for goods. Now you can just tap your card or even your phone on a reader, and money is instantly transferred from your account to the retailer, in seconds. With technology, it is incredibly easy to spend money with almost zero thought or effort. The big downside to this is that it's easy to lose track of your spending. So what do wealthy people do? They track their spending, all of their spending. If you have difficulty with spending money, make it hard for yourself. For the next week, try only using cash to purchase items, and see how easy it is. This means you will only be able to purchase items in store. No online purchases, no subscription services, just items or services, which you can purchase in cash. Let me know in the comments section how you get on. Research into people's spending habits shows that if you pay with cash, you tend to buy less items, and items of a smaller value. This is because you experience pain from letting go of cash, as you have to physically give it away. You don't experience this pain with credit cards, or digital numbers on a screen on your Apple Pay account. I'm not saying you need to do this for the rest of your life, but by doing this for a few weeks, you will be able to quickly reassess where your overspending is most common. Are you purchasing items on Amazon that you don't really need, just because it takes 2 clicks, and will be delivered tomorrow? Probably. Create and maintain a good credit score. Wealthy people know that a good credit score vastly increases their financial opportunities. A good credit score leads to better interest rate offers when taking out any form of finance, from a loan to a mortgage to purchase a house. For any purchase in life that involves borrowing money, if you have a good credit score, you will receive better borrowing terms. Why? Because a good credit score to a lender is proof that you understand how to manage money, and it reduces the risk to them that you won't pay them back. Who would you sooner lend money to? Someone with a track record of spending more than they earn, or someone who knows how to budget, keeps their expenditure low, and has money left over each month, which they add to a savings account, or invest for long-term growth? It's an obvious choice, isn't it? Wealthy people know how easy it is to damage your credit score, and how long it can take to repair. That's why once they have a good credit score, they do everything they can to protect it. The most important components of your credit score are your payment history and your ratio of debt to credit. In other words, if you have a good track record of paying what you owe regularly and on time, i.e. paying off your credit card in full each month, then you are likely to have a good credit score. If you have been offered a loan of £5,000, but have only taken £1,000, you are likely to have a good credit score, as your debt-to-credit ratio is low. Most people don't know what their credit score is, until they need to use it. Get ahead of the game, and find out what your credit score is. It's easy to do, and most credit agencies offer a free trial. Two of the biggest credit agencies in the UK are Experian and Equifax. Once you know what your credit score is, you can take action to improve it. Both agencies will give you tips on how to improve your credit score. Once you have a good credit score, do everything you can to hold on to it. Be honest with yourself. The only person who is going to take control of your financial health is you, no one else. That's why wealthy people teach their kids that their financial wealth is their responsibility from a young age. One of the most important pieces of financial advice is to be honest with yourself. If you think your Netflix subscription is a necessity, or you choose not to put every item you purchase into your budget, then that's up to you, but you're only cheating yourself. For this to work, you need to be honest with yourself about your financial position. I'm not going to lie, this is the hardest part. Taking the plunge, and making that first step. Be honest with yourself, and make sure you complete a full assessment of your current financial situation, good, bad, or ugly. It might be scary to start with, but at least then you know exactly what you need to do to turn things around. You never know, it might not be as bad as you thought. If you feel trapped by past financial mistakes, and want to ignore the problem, then that's up to you, but if you do, nothing will ever change. If you neglected your finances in the past, and feel like you're in a deep hole, don't panic, there's always a way out. The journey to your goals starts with being honest about where you are, where you want to be, and knowing how you're going to get there. So there you have it, the things that wealthy families teach their kids. Which one did you find the most surprising? Let me know in the comments section. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.